What's up, everybody? It's Matt Johnson here. We are back with another episode of Real Estate Uncensored. This is the place where you get actionable ideas, insight, and inspiration to turn your real estate career into a life of freedom. And we have a phenomenal guest here today. We're talking about how to use video and social media to become the go-to trusted real estate resource in your community. We have a wonderful guest, real estate coach and wildly successful agent, Krista Mashore is here. She is a brand new guest. We were introduced to her just here a couple weeks ago, and we're super excited for her. We'll bring her in a second. But first, my co-host, the illustrious Greg McDaniel, back in the co-pilot seat from his trip to Japan. Greg, how are you?
I am living the dream, my friend. Living the dream. This business can be a serious pain in the balls sometimes, but then other times it's such a blessing. It's so much freedom, so much opportunity to grow. There's so many things you can do to live whatever life you deem as the perfect lifestyle, right? And I was sitting down and I was writing out a bunch of things I got to get done for the day, and I just saw so much opportunity. So I'm blessed here. Krista is on with us, and she's going to share with what she's doing, and we were having so much fun in the pre-show bantering about technology and video. And she lives right around the freaking corner from me, man. She literally lives like 35 minutes that direction, and she's like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "California." "Where?" "Northern California." I'm like, "Where are you?" "Northern California." I'm like, "What? This is so cool." 2 Northern Cals versus 1 Southern Cal. So we outnumber you today, Johnson. We outnumber you.
That's right. I have coolness on my side. All right, Krista, officially welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So Greg alluded to it, but he didn't actually explain where you were or anything about you. So, Krista, give people kind of just the 60-second bio on who you are, where you are, what you do.
I live in Northern California, in a town right now called Discovery Bay. We just built a house out here. It was supposed to be our second house, and we loved it so much, so we actually moved into it. And I am a real estate trainer and coach, as well as an active real estate agent. And last year I sold 151 homes. I've sold about 2,400 homes in my career in the past 17 years. Yeah, that's me. Now I used to be a teacher prior to getting into real estate, so really teaching and coaching is my passion. So now I'm helping other realtors across the nation do exactly what I do.
That's
Very
awesome. Cool. And you had a book.
Yeah.
You're writing a second book, so you're multi-time author, which is awesome to kind of hear about.
Yes, I wrote the book. What's the word? A year. Mm-hmm. Here it is. Yeah,
still 100 a year. Okay. And that's a whole other conversation. We could easily do another hour with you, I would imagine, on those processes and systems and how to prospect and how to close listings and how to do a high percentage listing consultation. So we might have to have a whole other episode about all of that stuff. But we'll talk about we'll try to keep focused on the social media and the video with you, because I know there's a bunch of stuff we could talk about. By the way, where do people go to get the book?
You can go to KristaMashore.com, and you can also get it on Amazon as well. But we like you to go to my website, because then I can, bring you down my funnel and kind of stalk you. But you can get it on Amazon too.
Well, at least you're honest. Honest.
That's right. That's right. Well, if you'd like to actually give you a bigger cut of the book proceeds, that would be another great reason to go to your website instead of Amazon too, right?
It's actually cheaper on my website. If you go to the website, it's only $10. You're just paying for shipping. So.
Perfect.
But
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
All the secrets and everything. So everything we're going to talk about today is in the book. You could literally take this book and if you did what it said, it really teaches it all.
Yeah, very cool. So you've been in the business long enough to remember what it was like kind of before social media, before really the rise of social media. So what was the first things that you jumped on and figured out that you had kind of a natural strength in?
Video is for me has been just like one of the key factors to my success, because it really establishes you as the expert in your community. It gets people to know you, to like you, to trust you. And the nice thing about video is, even if you are a brand new agent, or you're already a top producing agent, or you're just, maybe in the middle doing 20 deals a year and want to do 40, you can do it. So you don't have to have listings. You don't have to, all you need to do is basically continue to serve your community, give them information. The idea is to become the go-to person, anything community or real estate related in your area, if they should be thinking about you. And the best way to do that is to, get your videos out there in a fun way and let them see your personality.
Yeah. Okay. So what have you found to be you said get your videos out there in a fun way. What are some things that you've seen, both your coaching clients, yourself? I mean, how did you jump into this in a, air quotes, fun way that people, I think a lot of real estate agents, what we do is we get our brains wrapped around like just doing it. Just here's my new listing. This is my blah blah blah. This is my neighborhood. Robotic and really boring. So what have you seen? Because you have a very good you have a very good personality. How can other people have that type of personality on social media, on videos, and not be the boring robots that we see all the other agents being.
Well, so here's the thing too, right? So you have to understand that everyone's different, and the client that's going to be attracted to me is not going to be attracted to you, or vice versa. They probably would, actually, because we kind of are the same. But my point is not everybody has to be like Krista, or not everybody has to be like Matt or like Greg, right? You need to be yourself, and you're going to attract the people that are attracted to you. So for example, for me, I'm kind of crazy and outgoing, and people either love me or they don't. And so I attract the kind of people that want to work with me. But as far as video, let me just say one thing too. It's paralyzing for most people. You know, I have about 250 coaching clients, and I'll tell you, there's probably 5 of them, I'm not even kidding, 5 of them that when I called them said, oh, I'm cool with video. Every one of them is afraid of it, right? So it's just like they need to first of all take the fear out of it by telling themselves it's hard. They need to learn to say, hey, it's not that hard, I can do this. But that's the first step, is just getting over the paralysis of doing video. And once you can do that, it just becomes easier and easier. So I want to say to anyone listening or watching that you absolutely can get better at it. It just takes a little bit of practice. It used to take me 2 hours to do a video, and now it's like I just grab my cell phone and I'm doing it in 20 seconds, literally. So you can learn it, right? And then keep it short, like shorter is sweet, short is sweet. There's some cool apps like Movado or Splice that you could utilize, where you just can put some cool graphics in there. And you can even, use video where you're in it in the beginning and at the end, but you can put clips of things in there, like cool, funny movies trying to get your point across. But video really does break down barriers, and it gets your community to know you. I really cannot go anywhere in my community without them, which is really bad sometimes, without them. Oh my God, we were bowling on, I took my team out, we were bowling on Friday, and one of my team members was using F-bombs like crazy, and this lady comes up to me, she's like, Krista? And of course I had no idea who she was. She's like, Krista, can you please tell your person not to keep saying the F-bomb? I'm like, I'm so sorry. So it's like,
that sounds like every time I'm in public with Greg.
I'm like, I didn't know I was bowling with you last week. What
exactly.
happened? That's why you look so familiar.
Exactly. All right, Krista, is there any, looking back on it now, is there any video or type of video you've done that really stuck out, that resonated with people?
Oh yeah, so probably so if you go to my page, Homes by Krista, you can see all my videos. But the best one we just did recently, it was called Bad Neighbors, and so it was like me on the couch, and then all of a sudden, my neighbor like peeked over and said, "Hey, what you doing?" And then we had him pulling a body out, and so it's really funny. And at the end, it's like, hey, you know, like your neighbors, you want to move, call us, So it's basically really quick about us, but mostly about making people laugh. People like the 5 E's of video. You got to think about. They want to be excited, enthusiastic, educational, emotional, and you need to be engaging, right? So the more that you can engage people, make them laugh, be entertaining, like you really want to entertain people, the more they're going to watch them. And also, again, like we were just talking about, shorter is better. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, a lot of us like to do long form videos, but short and punchy is what people will watch. I mean, why do a 30 to 40 minute video? We can do a minute to 2 minute video, get the same thing, do a call to action, be entertaining and fun, and then just, hey, give me a call, let's talk, or let me know what I can do to help you. Something like, because that's also showing respect for their time too.
Yeah, not wasting their time. Greg, you sent me the video that Michael Stelzner did from Social Media Examiner here just this last week, and I don't know if you caught that, but he shared that the top rated and highest watched video series on Facebook under the Facebook Watch tab that we all keep seeing. It's recipes, and it's under every single video is under 2 minutes.
Yep.
All the stuff that people are doing that you see coming up on Facebook Watch is like 5-10 minutes. Like none of that tops just simple 2-minute recipes, which I found endlessly hilarious because we've been joking around about realtors sending recipe cards and stuff like that for years.
I know.
So it's hilarious that the most watched stuff on Facebook is recipes. But
that kind of surprises me. But now that you know that, right, we can utilize that on, hey, here's a cool recipe I found, and boom, throw it together and put yourself in the front and in the end and call it a day.
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what I would probably like to do. I mean, I like to cook. It's fun to cook. I like yummy food. Why not share it out there? Don't give me that weird look, Matt. I do like to cook.
Mm-hmm. You're a man of many talents.
So let me just say something else too. So everyone, there's, Gary Vaynerchuk says social media first, right? Real estate agent second. And I can't agree with that enough. But here's the problem with social media is that from the research that I've done, so the National Association of Realtors did a study and they showed that 16% of agents are using social media. I run an extensive study and less than 1% of agents are utilizing it correctly. Okay. So what people are doing is they're going to their business page or going to their personal page and they're posting a video. Maybe they're even smart enough to boost it. However, if you're not going into Facebook through your ads manager account and running ads to your ads manager account, no one is seeing you. Less than 3% of people are actually seeing your videos because Facebook is a business. They want to make money. You need to pay to play, right? So if you're utilizing Facebook, spend the money. Your money will go, very, very far. And the nice thing about using your ads manager account is you can retarget. So for example, let's just say you do a video on, 3 buying tips. And somebody watches that video, then you could say, okay, this person watched this entire video or they watched 15 seconds of it. That means they're interested, believe it or not. They even watched 15 seconds or 6 seconds. And then I'm going to retarget to them. I'm going to send them now a video on, hey, the 5 best ways to make sure your offer gets accepted. And then if they watch that, I'm going to retarget to them again. That's the power of utilizing your ads manager account because you can see exactly what people are doing, what they're interested in, and send them more of that information. You can also create lookalike audiences. So for people that are engaging, you can say, okay, Facebook, I want you to create an audience that looks just like this one. So then it, number one, saves you money, it reaches more people, and your ads will go further. So if you're utilizing social media, yes, do it, but make sure you're utilizing it correctly or you're just kind of wasting your time, quite frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be negative,
agree.
just trying to help people
out. No, it's good. I like it. Greg, what say you? You agree? Disagree?
No, I completely agree. I'm actually on the Social Media Examiner's last video, and I'm trying to get the exact verbiage on the click-through or view-through or whatever their new ad manager tool is that allows you to maximize your ad spend because, if people don't watch 15 seconds of your ad or your video or whatever else, then you don't have to pay for it. And so I completely agree with
that's very new.
Very, very, very new. And I'll put a link for this show from Social Media Examiner in our link here. So if you guys watching us live, go ahead and just go watch this video and just kind of listen to it in the background, and you'll really kind of understand what we're talking about here. It's very interesting. I think it's fantastic for what we're doing in this business.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And the thing too is imagine when people feel like they know you. I mean, I walk up somewhere and people are hugging me and they think they really know me because they see me so much, right? So if I'm going up against other agents, I'm already halfway won because they already know me. And like when I walk in, they're like, Krista, I mean, people hug me and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. You cannot go anywhere in my town without people saying, I'm at the drive-thru. Aren't you that Krista lady? Or I'm in my pajamas at Home Depot and, hey, Krista, how's the market? I'm like, it's great. Sorry that you recognize me right now. I look like crap. I could never cheat on my husband because the whole world would know. It's just
Krista, I know what you've been doing. And you're like, I haven't been doing anything, man. But I think with the visibility that video gives people, as soon as people can get over the fact of, look, this tiny little eyeball called a camera is going to look at you, and people freak out about it because they don't want to be judged. The funny thing is that you're being judged without doing the video already. So it's up to you on how you want to be seen. Either you're going to be seen, and people are going to be like, oh, dude, that Krista chick is really crushing it on videos. I recognize her. I feel like I know her. I want to do business with her because I know, like, and trust her. Or it's like, who the hell is this Matt Johnson fool? I've never heard of this guy. Why is he going to come over and do a listing appointment with me? I don't know him. But people are going to judge you one way or the other. And 99.9% of the people out there are not going to hate you for doing video. They're going to be jealous of you doing the video because you have the chutzpah and the huevos.
True. You just said that. I mean, so many of my students go through that. What happens is that when they start doing this correctly, everyone starts noticing, not just, other realtors start noticing, other businesses start noticing, and they're like, what you're doing is working, and so just to kind of put it out there, I've got a Facebook group called the 7-Figure Realtor Blueprint, and we have a free 10-day video challenge where it will walk you through to help you kind of break down your barriers of being afraid of video. So if you're freaking out about video, go to that. It helps. We actually, in my program, we have a 15-day video challenge, and it's just stuff like getting you to talk about your favorite restaurant or getting you to talk about your biggest fear. It's just so you can get comfortable on video so that by the time you actually go out into your community, you're not like, And so it really has helped people. That you should do it. I mean, if anyone asks me, Krista, what would be if you gave me one tip for the next year to do, what would it be? And I would say, utilize video through social media correctly.
So the people that are starting right now, give them one thing they could start with. People that are watching us going, hell to the no, I'm not going to do video.
Let me ask you a question. Who here doesn't have a phone watching? Every person does. You start with your phone, you pick up your phone and you go, hi, I'm Krista. I really suck at video and I'm afraid of doing this, but I'm going to start doing it. You're going to start seeing me once a week, just post a tip about the community. Have a great day. Boom. Just do that and then you're stuck, right? You just put it out there in the universe, say you're going to do it, and then actually do it. And what happens to most people is they start something and they don't finish it, right? They don't see results instantaneously, so they quit. You have to be consistent. Your community does not believe you that you're going to show up. They think that you're going to be like everyone else, do a video or two, and then you're going to bail because you're not consistent. Treat your business like a business, calendar it out, schedule it out, and do it. Something like, Thursdays, 3-minute tips, or Thursdays, 30-second tips. Do 30-second tips. It's shorter is better, right? Something like that.
The consistency is something that you're so right on the money with. When Matt and I first met, he was my coach over at Viral Marketing, and when we first started working together, he's like, okay, so we're going to shoot videos on Friday. I'm like, sweet, man. I will always show up on Fridays. He thought I was so full of crap.
No. I said we're going to show up once a month. And you declared unilaterally, no, we're going to meet every Friday for an hour and shoot video. I'm like, sure we are. Now, we'll see about that. Sadly, you stuck to your word, and 4 years later, here we are. But most people, when I tell them they're going to show up once a month and record video, they go, yeah, absolutely, and they're gung-ho. And then 3 months later, they stop showing up even once a month because they can't do even that much. So, yeah, consistency is it's so hard. But most of the time, Chris, I think you'd agree, the consistency is not just inconsistency, it's inconsistency driven by fear, and it's they can't get over the fear consistently enough to do it.
What are you so afraid of? Get out of your head. It's you're everyone, listen to me, it's get out of your head. No one cares that much. No one gives a shit if you have a big nose or a fat butt. They don't care. Really, just like do it. Do it. It works.
Wait a minute.
Nobody cares about
what are you doing on live video that people can see if you have a fat butt? That would be my contention. I would start with shoulder up videos. That seems very logical to me.
Yeah. The one thing, but the thing is, when you guys start doing video, invest in two different things. One, make sure you have good audio, and two, make sure you have decent lighting. Those are critical things.
You see that right there?
Yeah.
Those cost about like $99. Okay, and then they're very inexpensive, and he's very right. Good audio, and also make sure you have a good background, right? So this background, what does it show? It shows, hey, Krista's in the top. She does well. Yeah, I got my 2 comma club award though. I mean, you can tell that's intentional. I don't have my underwear in the background. I don't have my, and you see these videos, I'm thinking, what are they doing? Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't have that in the background, right? You've got to be intentional about your background. That's very important too.
So if you guys are listening for good audio, you can go get what they call a smart lav on Amazon. It costs about $80. It's a lavalier microphone that clips to your shirt, plugs into the bottom of your phone. It'll give you amazingly good audio out and about. Matt and I use the ATR 2100 microphones. They're micro USB microphones that we've been using for 4 years on our podcast. These are like $70, $80 or $60. They're not much. You can go to Limo Studios lights on Amazon. I have my lights here that surround me. They're $50. You got the nicer ones, Krista, for $100. And these things will really light you up evenly and nicely. You want to invest in this stuff because if people can hear you and see you, they'll stick around. If they can see you, if they can hear you and it's kind of hard to see you, they'll still stick around. They got to be able to do one or the other, but both would be preferable to make your people want to watch you.
Listen to this too. So 1 minute of video is equivalent to 1.2 million words.
Yeah, I heard that stat.
1 minute of video is equivalent to 1.2 million words, right? And you have to understand something, that you are a product. People are buying you. So you have got to make sure that you are visible to them, right? So it's kind of like I always tell my students, you got to get reviews. You've got to get reviews because people are more likely to purchase when they see reviews. They're even more likely to purchase when they see video views. You are a product. They're buying you. So give them a reason to want to click and to say yes. Another thing too, just real quickly, is that when you're starting this process, don't just start out there and ask them, give me leads or I want to sell your house. No, your goal is to develop a relationship with the consumer. Your goal is to serve them, not to sell to them. Your goal is to help them. Anything about their community, you should be telling them about it, right? For example, last night I went to the movies and there's $5 Tuesdays. I'm going to do a video on $5 Tuesdays at the movies. I'm never going to say, call me, right? At the end, it's gonna have my name, if anything, let me know. But the less that you try to sell people, the more they're willing to buy. People don't usually like to be sold to, but once they know that you can talk to them about the community and you're very, aware of what's going on. And then you throw in hey, right now interest rates are rising. What does that mean? That means that as every 1% the interest rates rise, the buyer's buyer power goes down 10%. So sellers, if you're thinking of selling, now's the time. Buyers, if you're thinking of buying, hurry up, have a great day. So does that make sense? Like you throw in real estate information with community information, fun things to do, the best place to buy a hot dog, the best place for a date, whatever it might be, so that people are interested.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a lot of things what I do when I want to get stuff like that is I go to like either Groupon and talk to the local businesses that have good offers and I say, hey, look, Bob's hot dog shack, you're offering 67% off. Can I do the same offer and help promote you? And hands down, 100% of the time,
Great
people
idea.
say absolutely yes.
That's a good idea. I'm going to copy that one.
It's amazing to see what you can do to build the reciprocity with the local businesses. Every one of them loves you. I went to a gal who does facials, and she liked the video I did for her. She walked me into another gal in her same studio that does haircuts, and the gal gave me like 60% off, just because I did a video with her. And guess who they're going to keep in mind? They're going to keep me in mind for me helping promote them. So you can do like a deal a week. I work with Nick Sakis with one of the products he's building out in Florida, and he's putting together these videos. I have last time I checked with him, I have like 40 to 50,000 views on 4 videos, and I spent under $500. I mean, they're like 30-second videos or minute videos max, and they're so effective.
Yeah.
So it's funny you're saying that. So basically, here's another thing. When you properly use social media, right? You can tell how many hours people are watching. So we're averaging like over 200 hours of people watching our videos, right? One of our recent ones had 15,000 engagements. That means 15,000 people liked, commented, or shared, right? We reached 196,000 people. That means 196,000 people saw our video. Now imagine that. Open house and see 3 people, all the neighbors, or run an ad and have 196,000 people and see me, and then 15,000 people click, comment, like, or share. So it really, really works. It just doesn't happen instantly, right? It just takes a little bit of time. So give it the time, give it the energy, and it will happen. Yeah,
it does take time. It does take time. And if you guys are consistently out there putting the videos out there, your engagement and followership will grow over time. It just takes you a few minutes to understand that. When when you and I started the podcast, we knew that we were going to need to kind of put our head down and really just kind of grind it out. And we knew it was going to take us at least 18 months to really get some headway, in viewership and followership and engagement. And so we just started doing videos. And we just never looked back. And again, I unilaterally stated that, Matt, we're not going to do a show a month. We're going to do 3 shows a week.
And Matt's like, 3 shows a week?
Yeah, we do 3 podcasts a week.
Wow.
We're going to be dialing that back in 2019.
Yeah, we're going to dial that back. It's insanity. Yeah, it's a little over the top. But I want to talk about social media a little bit because, Krista, you talk about kind of starting with the video, right? And that being, to me, it sounds like that's kind of the cornerstone of your approach. But how do you use the other forms of social media? Are you breaking up your videos into various chunks, or are you using other social media like Instagram to send traffic to your core videos? How do you look at it?
I love you asking that question. So I do something called video repurposing. Okay. So what that means is that we shoot a video, then we take that video and we get it transcribed through rev.com, which is $1 a minute. All right. Mm-hmm. And then we set a calendar out. So if it instantly goes onto, we put it on our business page first, then we go to our ads manager account, we pull it from there, so that way our numbers will match from both places. Then it's then scheduled out to go on YouTube and Instagram. You have to keep your videos under 60 seconds to go on Instagram. Mm-hmm. We also put it on our website, and it goes on a long form post on Facebook. So we do a video today, it's out there as a video today, but in 2 weeks, we'll put it on our business page, the written part of it with lots of emojis and hashtags and such, right? And then, so it's just all done. There's different, like it's called Hootsie. It's basically where you can use an app that will schedule things out. So you put it in there once and you don't think about it again. So you have to think about how much traction you get from a video. You get a website blog plus the video for your website. You get a Facebook long form written post. You get a Facebook video. You get a YouTube video, and you get anyway, there's more, but and Instagram, right? So just from those, you get 6 things right there from doing one video. So people say they don't have time, and I say you don't have time not to do it because it just saved you so much time when you're showing up on all platforms. I also believe that it's really important in your business to make sure that you are really aware of what's going on. If you look on your Facebook page, you see that every 3rd post is an ad, right? So in my opinion, Facebook's going to start being less effective. So now we're going more towards even Google AdWords, making sure that we're on YouTube, that we're titling things correctly, that we're showing up in searches, because I think that Facebook is going to be less effective because there's so much marketing on it. People are getting sick of it. So now we're focusing even more on Instagram than we are Facebook, because with Instagram, our ads are cheaper and we're getting more views because there's not as many ads on Instagram yet, but there will be.
Yeah, and Facebook is putting ads everywhere they can. The 30-second breaks on videos, those video breaks for 10 seconds.
I hate those.
I would never buy anything. I would never buy anything from someone in that stream. I don't know why they're doing that. It just piss people off.
It just pisses me off too. I'm like, I want to see it.
I'm right in the middle of watching, something emotional, and all of a sudden, hi, look at this brand new Honda. I don't give a fuck about your Honda, dude. Like, get me back to my video. I'm about ready to cry over. But
are you often watching videos that make you cry on Facebook, Greg? Is that a thing?
Go watch A Star Is Born. You'll cry.
I'm a sensitive creature. I'm a sensitive creature.
As I often say, I don't watch heartwarming movies because I do not want my heart to be warmed.
Well, you have a piece of coal where your heart should be, so you can never warm that.
I'm all good over here. That strikes me as funny. What videos is Greg watching on Facebook that's making him cry? I would love to hear in the Facebook comments from all of you what your best guess is as to what Greg is watching on Facebook. Okay, which I love this because you're taking the video, you're getting it transcribed. Now, who is doing the fun stuff on adding hashtags and emojis into the transcription from the video? Because that is no joke. That's hard work.
That my assistant does that. So I used to do it myself, but I believe in, getting busy enough to where you can outsource. So now my assistant does it because she's more creative than I am. But if you're not selling a high volume, you have the time, right? So it's like, don't make the excuse that it's hard or I can't do it, because we have to learn to evolve. The real estate market is changing, it's evolving, and people are so afraid of change. But if you look at the travel agent didn't, is no longer existent. Why? Because they're no longer needed. You can sit on your toilet and book a trip to France in your underwear on your iPad now, right? Whereas before you needed a travel agent to go from California to Hawaii. The real estate market is changing, but if you adapt with it, if you, evolve with it, because it is evolving, you'll be recession proof. So the goal is to make you recession proof. The only way you become recession proof is to evolve. And I'll tell you, one of the reasons why I've been so successful in, selling 100 homes a year plus for the past, 17 years is because I always evolved. I didn't necessarily like change, right? Like I remember when the MLS changed from one thing to another, went from a book to right? It was hard, but then it was like, wow, this is great. So just learn to, find one thing, master it, and then pick something new and don't stop doing the other thing, right? That's how you have a well-rounded business, is you need to see what's happening in the future, make changes, adapt, and evolve, because it's happening no matter what, whether you like it or not. So you've got to really kind of change your mindset about what it means so that you'll be successful.
You bring up a really good point there, and Krista, I think there's a couple of books that I would recommend for people to start reading, because as of this recording, we're heading into the holiday season where a lot of agents take time off, which you shouldn't do. Bad agent. Because you're 90 days out from your next paycheck. It runs in a 90-day cycle, essentially. And so Q1 of next year, of 19, is going to be where you're building your relationships now. So if you're going to have some time off or you're going to take a little bit of a break, I want you to read 2 books. The first one I want you to read is Building a Story Brand, okay, by Donald Miller. Phenomenal book. It'll help you, framework what kind of brand you want to build for yourself using the videos that Krista's talking about. Second off, I want you guys to read a book called Tribes by Seth Godin. It'll help you understand what tribes you run in and what tribes you're a part of. And then you can identify who your most likely people are to be around. Krista, I know you've read, Build a Story Brand, have you not? Or
I haven't, but I've read several similar to it. Like I follow Russell Brunson. He's actually one of my coaches, and he talks all about tribes and telling stories and building a story. And I love what you just said. I mean, I just did a Facebook Live yesterday on exactly what you just said, right? Most agents right now are sleeping. They're going, oh, it's the holidays. I'm taking a break. I'm not going to start. Well, if you go to sleep right now, you're really not going to see any business for 6 months. If you wait until January 15th to actually start prospecting and working on your business, that means you're not going to see anything until probably April. So when does a lion strike? The lion strikes when its prey is weak or unaware, right? So right now, every agent should be saying, I'm going to work because my competition isn't. My competition is sleeping. Yes, it's the holidays, but there's only like 3 days out of the next 3 months that are actually holidays. There's Thanksgiving,
Halloween.
There's Halloween, right? Then there's Thanksgiving, then there's Christmas, and there's New Year's. There's 4 days. Okay, so let's just say you take 3 days off each time. That's 12 days. It doesn't equate to 90 days, right? So start now.
Yeah, start them out and just never stop, guys. Video is free. To all of you broke-ass fools out there like, well, I don't have any money, man. I can't do it. Well, shut up. It's free. Breathing is free. You already pay your cell phone bill. Start making videos off of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And if you don't,
all right, Krista, I've got one final question for you on the content creation side, just about how you incorporate it into your daily life. But before we get to that, remind people again where to go. So you've got your video challenge. You've got
so that's under,
your book,
it's called The 7-Figure Realtor Blueprint on Facebook, The 7-Figure Realtor Blueprint on Facebook. And the book that I wrote is called Sell 100 Plus Homes a Year, How We Use Engagement Marketing Technology and Lead Gen to Sell 100 Plus Homes a Year every year. So it looks like this. It's really pretty. And then, so this will really, really help you. The video challenge is great. In the Facebook group, it's great because we have like about 6,000 agents in it, and everyone's super helpful, always, commenting and the such. And it's good. Awesome.
Very, very cool. Okay. So final question. How do you incorporate planning and getting ideas, right? So you've really narrowed it down to where your role is coming up with and filming those creative, engaging, exciting, enthusiastic videos, right? Which is awesome. That's where everybody has to start. So where do the ideas come from, and how do you fit that into the flow of your life so you get stuff created consistently?
That's a great question. So in my work week is set up that Mondays I do research, Tuesdays I actually record, Wednesdays I actually do like the editing and that kind of thing, and then Thursdays I spend getting it out into the world, right? So Thursday I actually run my Facebook ad and campaign. So it's very, very much methodical. I did 7 videos yesterday, right? So yesterday I had my video guy come over because I have a videographer. Sometimes I just do it my own, just depends on my mood, but I'm trying to launch like a new book. So I had him come over and do 7 videos for me. So I literally got up in the morning, took a shower, and then, from the shirt up, I had a new shirt on each time, and I just put out a video. I mean, really, I changed my hair, different earrings, so it doesn't look like it's me the same day, and I would just do a video. And you are all so smart. You guys know things, right? Like, think about it. You know your business. You know what an absorption rate is. You know how inflation affects a buyer or a seller. You know the market. You know what's a great thing to do on Saturdays that most people don't know about. It's just a matter of sitting down and going, okay, doing a little research on your area. What's fun? What do you like to do? What do you like to do that maybe someone else doesn't know about? And then telling them, and then when the market's changing, tell people, good or bad, right? Just, you're so smart. You know this. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't be so worried about getting it perfect. It's okay to be perfectly imperfect. You just have to do.
Yes. Yep. 100%. And well, I mean, Chris, you know about this, I'm sure. I found out about this about 2 years ago, but there's a great resource up here in Northern California. It's called SF Fun and Cheap, and it's all about fun and cheap things to do in your neighborhoods or in the city or wherever you want to go. Yeah. So look and see if you can find resources like that. And Krista, what I did is that every Friday, about a year or two, what I used to do is sit down every Friday and list off and give people my opinions on what the cool things to do in San Francisco or in the Bay Area for the next weekend. So if there's like a Hello Kitty event, I'm like, hell no, I'm not going to Hello Kitty. But if there was like a war museum or something, I'm like, yeah, let's do that, or Fleet Week or something along those lines, or a beer festival. But if you can find a resource to give people that type of information, you'll be very sticky. People want to hear from you. Or you can do like neighborhood.com. Was it neighborhood? Neighborhood, right? When around your, like if people are losing kittens or selling a bicycle.
No,
Next door.
Yeah,
Next door.
Next door, you can go to patch.com and for your city and kind of look what's going on in your community and kind of be a resource there. Krista, I want to pick your brain super quick. I had an idea about this and I have not executed on it, and I'm very shameful about this, but I want to get your opinion because you are a master of this. I am thinking about becoming my, air quotes, news reporter for my community. So I wait for my patch.com alerts to come through my email, and as soon as I get it, I'm going to go onto my group that I've called the 925 and do a live video, read the little article, and then barf it right back out into my local community group and give them relevant information they may or may not know about, but be like basically the news reporter.
That's awesome.
Super short and punchy, you know? So I was kind of thinking about that.
How many do you want to do a day? One a day?
However many they come through. Sometimes there's a couple that come through. Some days it's one. It's really it's a moving target, but I don't see anybody doing that.
No, that's a great idea. I love that. I might steal it from you.
Please steal away, my friend. Steal away. I view it as a gift.
Let me tell you guys another project I have coming up. It's really cool. So I'm basically interviewing 30. And hey, do you know anyone that sells over like 50 homes a year that it's in the top 1%? I need to interview people. So I'm doing a book. It's basically, it's like, what would you do if all of a sudden you got, your wife went into what's that? What do they call when you're in trouble and you have to go out and that no one knows where you are?
Oh, no. When they go into like WITSEC, witness protection.
Yeah, witness protection. Okay, so it's basically hey, your wife goes into witness protection, and so you're an agent, right? So no one knows you. You have no resources. You have no friends. You've lost your credibility. What would your 30-day plan do? What would you do from day 1 all the way to day 30 for you to build your business back up? How would you get 3 deals in 30 days? So I'm interviewing 30 agents, top agents from across the country, and they're putting together their 30-day plan. Then I'm putting this 30-day plan into a book, and then I'm doing a summit where they can watch it for 3 days and interview like we're doing right now. And then after 30 days, it's gone, but they can purchase them and then purchase the plans and the videos afterwards, and they get the copy of the book. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I like it a lot. There's a couple.
A ton of work, let me tell you. Oh my God, I was like, I'm doing this.
Not like you don't have enough on your plate already, right?
I know. I was like, what the hell did I do? Even writing my own 3-day plan, I was like, this is a beast,
Oh, it's a lot. Actually, there's a couple of people I'll share with you off air that would be some good people to potentially interview for that.
That's awesome. I need that. I need it.
And they're local up here too. So, all right. So, what do you think about this? Do you think that drones, aka I have a personal little drone here that I bought. Do you think drones are going to be more of a factor as they progress in personal videos? I know you can buy an Apple drone right now for about $2,000 that'll track you, and you can control from your Apple Watch. He has a 15-minute fly time, but I mean, imagine if you did 3 15-minute cool flyby, follow you around the different neighborhoods or around town kind of shots. I mean, do you think that's going to be a bigger factor in video in the coming months and years?
I agree. I think so. And the reason being is because the videos that I use when I use a drone to get more engagement, more views, more everything than the ones that don't. So because it's different, right? Even on my housing videos, my house videos that I do, they get more better results. And can I just say one thing about house videos? If you're going to do a house video, do a professional one. Do not do a cheesy one this is the one time you don't use a cheesy iPhone. You do professional photography, professional videography on all of your listings, because not only does it promote your listings, but it promotes yourself. You owe that to your client. Mm-hmm. You're making a lot of money. You make more money as an agent than most people make in like 6 months on selling one house. If you go across the country and the nation with averages, give them what they deserve. And the more that you position yourself as an expert in doing things like that, people are going to notice it and you're going to make more money. So just my off the wall ADHD tip.
No, but it is true though. I mean, that is the one time not to cheap out, not to, I took a photography class in high school. I really mastered that f-stop.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do it.
Matt tries that. No, don't do that. That's like Matt's kids.
No, Matt. No, bad Matt.
Oh my God. Thanks for that fake throwing under the bus, Greg. Appreciate it.
My pleasure, brother.
Exactly. All right, guys. So we've talked about drones. We've talked about video repurposing. We've talked about content. We've talked about a whole bunch of stuff. So, Krista, for you, everything sounds like the best place to go. You've got your Facebook group. Then you can go to KristaMashore.com to connect up with you, and then remind everybody again where you're at. So if they actually have a referral for somebody in your area.
Oh, thank you. I'm in Northern California. It's East County. It's like Brentwood, Antioch, Oakview, Discovery Bay.
Very cool. All right. And then, Greg, what's the best way to connect up with you?
Guys, go to bookmcdaniel.com. Bookmcdaniel.com is where we can talk about EXP. We can talk about real estate. We can kind of figure out what's the best move for you and your family and your business. Where do you want to be positioned in the next, 6, 12, 18, 36 months out? Do you want to be building do you want to just get a paycheck? Or do you guys want to build a long-term life investment? Do you want to make revenue 3 different ways? That is with EXP. There are 3 ways to make money off of one real estate deal. So if you want to be not just as good as your last deal and you want to become a better agent and make more money, go to bookmcdaniel.com. Let's talk about our team. Let's talk about what you get by joining us and just kind of see where you and your future are going to go. So that's how you get a hold of me. Matt, how can they judge you? Not judge you. How can they give us a review for our show?
Oh, okay, good. Well, let's hope they're not using this as an opportunity to judge me publicly. Let's go ahead and leave Greg a nasty review at iTunes or on Apple Podcasts. No, seriously, if you enjoyed a particular episode, especially if you enjoyed a particular guest like Krista, go leave her a public shout out in your iTunes review. Right, so just go to iTunes, search the show, go to Apple Podcasts on your phone app, go to Stitcher if you're on a Google Android device. Just leave us a 5-star review. Give the guest a shout out like Krista, thank her for her time and her contribution, and that would be much, much appreciated. We would greatly appreciate the positive reviews and positive feedback. And then for us, you can also go to rockstarlivevideo.com. We've got a free course there, free video training course on how to do Facebook Live specifically for real estate, as well as some of the ideas and places where you can grab real estate specific content, which we didn't really have a chance to delve into that on this particular episode. So you can always get that at rockstarlivevideo.com. With that being said, guys, I think that we should tie a nice little bow upon this episode. What do you say?
But what color bow?
Thank you guys so much for having me. You guys are awesome. I think that your community should also be very thankful that you do this, because you're just giving away golden nuggets, and now it's time for people to actually, you've learned, now it's time to implement, right? So don't be a lifelong learner, be an implementer.
That's right.
Thank you. Implement. Don't sit on it like a hen sits on an egg, guys. But Matt, we need a color. So bust out your Crayolas.
You
I'm
need
gonna go with.
Tell me when you start your new thing. I like that idea with patch.com and being like, hey, what's going on? That's smart.
I'm the local news reporter.
That's right.
It's free. Shit.
Yeah.
Matt, color me.
Cobalt.
Color me something awesome.
Cobalt
blue. Okay,
Cobalt
dokie.
blue. That's right.
A cobalt blue bow is going to be put on this awesome show. Krista, you are a legend among agents and coaches. Thank you for your time. You are very, very, very appreciated to have you come on the show. I will make Matt bring you back on. I will fight for for you to come back on. I will put my battle armor on.
I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are awesome.
Our pleasure.
And you guys are both so good looking too. I was like, damn, they're pretty cute.
Yeah. Well, hey. Okay. Now we're really bringing you back on the show. But guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging with us. Like Krista said, please go out and implement what we talked about. We gave you free tips. We gave you free opportunities to build your business for Q1 of 19 and beyond.
Not Q1, starting right now.
Right now. Q1 is going to be an after effect of what you're going to do now. But I take action. We love you. Matt and I we're changing up the format a little bit on the show in 19. So we'll let you guys know about what that's going to look like as we get closer to it. But we are going to put out some more great content in the next coming years. So don't worry, we're not going anywhere. Just our shows are going to change just a little bit. All right, guys, have a beautiful, blessed, incredible middle of your week. Until next time, peace out, ninjas. We are